Also tomorrow, we've got the Java with Johns, which is going awesome. On the 5th, we've got Town Hall with Michael. That's next Tuesday. 2 to 3 on the 5th, we've got Working with Google Photos. And then also from 2 to 3 on the 7th, sharing home tour videos via YouTube. So lots of good stuff and great content. I think, as I mentioned earlier, what are one of the things, or some of the things that will stay the same after all of this is over. I think one of these online training ideas is definitely going to take hold, because it's just been great. I mean, right now there's 73 of you guys here, and a lot of times we don't get that many when you show up in person. So this is good. Obviously, we're looking to have impact and we're looking to have inclusion. So tune into that stuff. And again, the agent panel is today. I had mentioned the details of that. And I threw this out there. I don't know what it will be like, and I don't know if it'll be worth repeating, but I thought, hey, let's just do something together and sweat together. I've always had this vision of us doing a group workout together, because when you sweat with people and you're on the ground and you're getting dirty with people, there's a bond like that you just can't break. But since we can't be together, I thought, why not try it anyway? So Saturday morning, I'm going to lead you guys through a virtual workout. For anybody who is interested, I posted it on the LPR Facebook page. I didn't put it in email because I'm trying not to flood you guys up with emails. But if you're interested and you want the information and you're not on the Facebook page, let me know. But it'll be a good 30 minutes or so. Let's just get through it, get our day started, get our weekend started, and then enjoy the nice weather we're going to have this weekend. So if you want the info, let me know. All right, Andrew, what do we have going on in the mortgage world? What can you share with us, and what kind of info can you give to us?
All right. So first, go ahead and ask the questions that you have and type them in regarding the mortgage market right now. That said, there's all kinds of stuff going on in the mortgage market, and nothing of it is any different than the last 3 meetings at this point. Rates are still way down, and it seems like it's bad news all around all the time, right? So that being the case, Meg and I talked a little bit yesterday, and we're going to do something a little bit different today that might throw you off. So if we're going to talk about hope, because in all of this stuff that's been going on, the one thing that we all continue to have is hope to get out and be able to see each other again, and to uplift each other the best we can through virtual tag. And I don't know, it's been actually pretty cool to be able to connect with people and see people's lives going on that you don't normally see, because it's the only way to share it is through social media and so forth. But one of my very favorite American poets is Emily Dickinson. And I found this poem last night when I was reading that from Emily Dickinson on hope, and I'm going to read it to y'all, and I want to talk about it a little bit and what her intent was and her point when she was writing this. And hopefully to uplift everybody and to make sure that everybody touch each other and reach out to each other. But hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it has asked a crumb of me. You can go ahead to the next slide. So I read, when I was reading through this last night, this came to mind of what her intent was, right? Hope resides in our hearts for eternity. It is always there. Hope is always there. Life ends at the end of hope. Hope is always there. It liberates us from despair and gives us strength to move on. It only empowers us, and in return demands nothing. Let that sink in for a second. In return, it demands nothing. It's a currency, right? Hope is a currency. Go ahead to the next slide. The thing that I want to leave y'all with this is the connection between kindness and hope, and the things that you can do right now. Kindness is a currency. Kindness becomes hope. We can offer kindness to people, in doing so, we increase their hope. And in that, we increase our own hope. Kindness is currency. Go ahead and hit the next one. Did it not pop up?
Yeah.
It costs nothing, yet yields the highest return of any currency, because it provides hope. Let's get out there and provide hope and kindness to our folks, to each other, to our communities, to our kids, to our family. And we will get through this, and we'll get through it soon. And on the other side of it is only great. That's all I got for you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Andrew. And the whole premise of Andrew, you guys know Andrew likes to read, and he's very philosophical. I don't know, Andrew, if you saw Dominique's comment there, but it says, preach, and Father Andrew. But you've started this off in the beginning of this when you had this slide up there, now is your time to shine. And that's why I wanted to circle back on it, because we started really focusing a lot more on serving people rather than selling. And that is really where our focus should be all the time. But now the focus is kind of magnified, and being kind to people and providing that hope is really what a lot of people need right now. And it might not be real estate related that they need the hope for, they might need it just to survive another day of homeschooling. I was talking to somebody the other day, and she said that her kids are really hoping they get a different teacher next year, because obviously they don't want the same teacher, which is her. And I just thought that was so funny. So provide the kids hope that next year they're going to have a better outcome. They're going to have a better teacher, if that's what your kind of humor is for the day. But it really is our time to shine. You guys are doing a great job of it. And Andrew, thank you very much for kind of taking us down a different path this morning, rather than just kind of giving us mortgage stats on the regular. Words of wisdom, as Kimberly Ritter said, and it's definitely true. So thank you very much. Sherilyn, you want to go through the rates and thank yous? Are you on? I'm pretty sure I saw you.
Okay, yes, I'm on. I was a little not sure if I'd get on because it's pouring in Allendale. Good gracious. I'll have AT&T internet on Monday, so that's all I'll be. So sorry, I did not update the rates. So sorry. So let me just tell you guys, the 30-year fixed rate is down to 8. So the market, as Andrew indicated, is pretty darn flat, which is good when the rates are so low, you guys. So we've been doing lots of pre-approvals, just talking to people, and just kind of trying to, brainstorm with a few people to keep them in their homes and not going into forbearance. So anyways, so the rates are flat, and very low. So anything we can do to help you guys out. Anyways, so yeah, so let's go on with our thank yous. Oops, hold on, I'm a little bit cut off at the bottom. So I want to thank the Greg Fessler team. We had a nice closing on Monday, and then Tuesday with Laurel Goolsby, and we'll be thanking a bunch of people next week because we've got 3 closings today. So thank you guys so very much for letting the team participate. Anyways, appreciate it. Thank you, Ashley Marsh, for a new loan. Whoop, 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 whoop. We really appreciate you, Ashley and Adam Marsh. And then we've been doing lots of referrals. Chrissy Strickland and I've got something cooking. Duval Acker, thank you for the referral. Fessler team, Laura Goolsby. I think actually we've had 3 with Laura. And Paul Lynch, we're working on somebody to help maybe see if we can't get him his first buyer. Thank you so much, Paul. And then go ahead, Maggie. Okay. And guys, we are so happy to be helping you with your marketing or just questions that you might ask of us. Thanks so much, Charla. Corey Wallace, we've got some flyers that we've done for him so he can start working on his sphere. Digit Matheny, always something interesting going on with Digit. And Dominique as well. We actually, you guys, you might not realize this, but Dominique works with a lot of the Hispanic community, and we actually have a loan application in Spanish that Dominique can use, and then Andrew and I can convert it. The Perella Group, I think Molly, well, we worked on some things with her this week, and of course, Kimberly Ritter. She and I did a little Facebook thing last week. That was a lot of fun. And Whitley Boyd, thank you guys for asking for us to assist you so we can help things go more smoothly for you in your business. Thank you so much, everybody. You'll see Andrew and I around the office if you dare to come in, and but we are here to help. And thank you, and just hug everybody you can in your home. So I went somewhere Sunday for a birthday party for my daughter Natalie, And everybody goes up and wants to hug everybody, but we do it from 6 feet away just to stay safe. So stay safe. Yeah, it's the oddest thing, especially for the guys, because the guys immediately put their hand out to shake each other's hands. And it's like, whoa, 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 no, you know. So anyways, but I hope everybody's doing well. I feel like we are so blessed that I don't know anybody who's had COVID. I know some people in our area have, but I don't know anybody personally, other than hearing word of mouth. And I'm thankful that we're all walking the walk and taking care of each other and being mindful to just do the best we can to stay healthy and love, especially our children. It's a very difficult time for them, no matter their age. So anyways, thanks guys. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you guys very, very much. I want to add one quick thing. And thank you, Charlene. That was awesome. The trivia, the weekly trivia through the LPR Facebook page is going to be starting tomorrow, and it's going to be at 11 a.m. every Friday, so that everybody other than Whitley has an opportunity to win. So keep an eye out for that when it comes out. Whitley's like a little encyclopedia on certain things, so we gotta table her enthusiasm from her winning. That's awesome. Thank you guys very much. Charlene, you bring up a good point in terms of people wanting to hug and shake hands. Fessler and I were talking about that with Abby in the kitchen the other day about how it's just weird. And when we're all together again, it's just going to be weird on how we act because nobody's really been around big groups of people. So when you're in a networking thing or something, it's going to be very interesting. So I think part of it will be nice because I don't necessarily think that we all need to be touching each other, but I think another part of it will just be different. So we'll see what's to come. But thank you guys very much for being here. We love your support and we love having you guys here. So thank you very much. All right, so quick mastery moment here on the coming soon. So you guys know this is effective tomorrow. This is a big change, so we need to be very mindful of this. Advertising to Carolina One agents is still okay. Advertising to anyone outside of Carolina One agents is not okay unless you plan to put the listing in MLS within 1 business day of you doing that. So this is called the Clear Cooperation Policy 8.0. It's national, it's across the board. Your clients cannot opt out of it. The only way for your clients to avoid going on MLS would mean that we would have to have a company exclusive listing, and we would still have to provide information to MLS saying we have this listing, but it is signed by the seller to be a company exclusive listing and it will not be advertised in MLS. So what if your seller wants to advertise to their friends pre-market? I mean, this is a really big deal because you can't control this. So don't overwhelm yourself with this. But if your seller, you go to a listing appointment and your seller then turns around tomorrow and tells on their Facebook page, they're about to list their house. And if you want more information, call Ann Wise. That's not okay unless you plan to have the listing in MLS within 1 business day. So it specifies the marketing of the property. It doesn't limit it to who markets the property. But again, don't stress yourself out over this. Just guide and counsel, as Melissa just put in the chat box, add this to your listing presentations because we cannot be marketing to the public unless we're in the MLS within 1 business day. Can you still advertise it to Carolina One agents? Yes. Can you advertise it to East Cooper Top Producers or Carolina One Realtor Network Facebook page? No. Carolina One only. And that's because we're 1 brokerage and you can only advertise to your brokerage without being deemed advertising to the public. Okay. Kimberly, clarify that question. I'm not sure what you mean. So 1 business day means 1 business day, no holidays, Monday through Friday, no Saturday or Sunday. Does anybody have any questions about this part before I move forward? Critter, did you unmute?
Yeah, I did. I just hear 1 business day. So if we put coming soon on Friday, as long as it's in MLS on Monday, are we okay?
You put coming soon on Friday as long as it's in MLS on Monday. Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good question. Anybody else have questions if you want to unmute yourself? I'm going to show you the changes on the listing presentation that enforce this. And I don't know, I could not find the answer to this. I should have thought of it earlier in the day yesterday, but I'm sure there is a fine for advertising to the public without going on MLS because this is a national policy. I just don't know what that fine is. So let's just not get into that muddy water. Let's just not do it. Let's just be mindful. And it's going to be hard because we do a lot of pocket listing advertising, but just keep in mind and leverage your advantage of the size of the company. That's a huge, huge win for you guys over other agencies in our market. And be it fair or not fair, we're not even going to really think through that or consider it, but this is the advantage that you have. And what's the point of an advantage if you're not going to use it, right? So any questions on this before I move forward to the listing changes? Okay. To answer your question, Melissa, how many Carolina One agents do we have? We have just under 1,000 agents in the company. We're the largest real estate company in the state of South Carolina, and you guys are all the largest office in the company. So that's pretty powerful for your sellers. Huge advantage. Resources that we have for that, I'll delve into that a little bit more next week, but you guys already know what they are. InstaList, putting your listings on there before they go on the market, and BuySide, finding buyers that are working with agents from Carolina One. So keep that in mind. All right, so the changes for this. The listing agreement has changed. So you have new listing agreements effective tomorrow. The multiple listing service, public marketing, you have to initial one of these options. So again, there used to be a little checkbox in the listing agreement where it would say, seller gives us permission to put the property in MLS, or seller does not give us permission to put in MLS. It's the same thing. It just details it out with two options now with more information. So we'll change the templates for the signature templates in DigiSign so that this makes it a requirement for the seller to initial one of these. But be mindful, read them and understand what they mean so that you can explain them. Basically, option one says that it's going to go in the MLS just like normal. Option two says the seller doesn't want us to put it in MLS. And if you read through that paragraph, I'm not going to read it for the sake of boring you guys, but it says at the very end, this will prohibit the seller and broker for conducting any public marketing. And then at the end, it says broker and owner agree to complete any paperwork required by our MLS to verify that the property is agreed upon not to be publicly marketed. All right. Another change to the listing agreement, very minor, confused me in the beginning. So if it confuses you, let me know. But paragraph 2, where it talks about your commission split, it says at the top, we're going to use our best efforts to sell the listing for this price. And in return, you're going to give the brokerage a fee of 6%. So that's where you put your 6%. And then it was breaking it down to say, I'm going to pay the cooperating broker X% of my 6%, which we used to put 3% there. They took that part out because it was confusing because it's already detailed in paragraph 3. So paragraph 3 is the same. They just removed that line. So now when you're filling out your listing agreement on paragraph 2, it's just going to say the price and total 6%. And then in paragraph 3, by the way, all of those things, buyer agency, sub-agency, transaction brokerage are all 3%. A lot of times in MLS, you'll see that transaction brokerage is 2% or 1%. I think more times than not, the agent just doesn't understand what that means. But we pay 3% out to anybody, no matter the type of agency that they have. Questions on that? All right. And we've got one more change. This you probably didn't even notice was in there. They took it out. But under paragraph 18, unless otherwise agreed upon, owner shall deliver the premise to the buyer with no broken window panes, no torn or missing door screens or window screens, and no missing or broken hardware, lighting, or plumbing fixtures. It really doesn't belong in the listing agreement in that way. It doesn't apply to repair procedure. It is in bold capital print on the repair addendum saying that in the repair paragraph, that windows are not included as a seller responsibility. So we removed it from the listing agreement just for clarification. All right, so guys, read these agreements, read these changes, ask questions of me or of each other, and understand how to explain these to your sellers. You know, now is as good a time as ever to brush up on your contracts. I can tell when you guys ask me a question and you haven't read the addendum. So just be mindful. I know sometimes the language is really complicated, but break it down and spend some time. I mean, today you can't go outside and do anything in the yard anyway, right? So spend some time, pull the listing agreement or pull the most complicated, confusing addendum there ever was on the planet of anything, which is Form 504, Home Sale Contingency Addendum. And read that form because it's confusing as all get out. Just read them, understand them. It's our responsibility to be able to guide people through this, and we have to understand what these things are. The changes are important. Also, use this as an opportunity to share what you know. So this is a huge reason why we say this all the time, for sale by owners are at a disadvantage because there's so many changes in the market. Things happen and change very quickly. And for sale by owners would have no way of knowing that this is a change, right? For sale by owners, it doesn't apply to them that they can't market to the public, but I still think it's something worth leveraging your advantage and posting on social media. So what might you post? Hey friends, today I learned that there's a change to how realtors can advertise listings. This change limits secret listings and enhances the public or consumers' access to available listings. This may sound like something a realtor would be opposed to, but in reality, our job is to help navigate you through these types of things. After all, your real estate is usually the best asset people own. Let me know if you're curious and I'll fill you in. Simple, just a way to say, hey, this is a change. And some people might say, well, don't you want to be the keeper of all information? Why would you share that with us? But that's the crux of the reason why you would share, because you're a consultant, you're an advisor, you're not selling, you're serving right now, right? This is such a nice catchphrase for the times that we're in. Serve people, don't sell. Focus on the people, take care of them, and the rest will take care of itself. It's really important that we don't become tone deaf to what's going on in the world right now and trying to pitch our services. I see every day on people's social media, not necessarily Carolina One, people saying, hey, when this quarantine's over and you're sick of living in your tiny house with your whole family, call me and I'll sell it for you. I mean, come on, guys. Just not tasteful. We are above that, and you guys do perform above that on a regular basis. But serve, don't sell, and share the information that you've got and use your advantages the way you can. All right, so any questions on that stuff before we go to the Guess Who? Fessler, you had a question on the closed signs on the front door. If you guys didn't see it in the chat box, Greg Fessler and actually also Steve Smith asked me if I could explain the process behind many of our offices still having closed signs on the front door. I can't speak for the other offices. All I can tell you is why we still have ours on the front door. It's not required by law by any stretch, but it's on there because we are rotating one staff member in the office at all times. Oftentimes there's two of us here, either me and Tony or me and Anna. But if it's just me and Tony today, like it is now, and Tony goes to lunch and I have to step out or I'm not here because I'm also supposed to be practicing social distancing still, we need a reason or a way for people to access the information and call us. So effective on, I believe it is May 15th is when we will have Tony and Anna back in the office together full time. And that is when we will remove the sign from the front door. And we'll be putting our signs out front as well. But the interesting thing is we're still getting floor duty calls. I think we've had one every week for the past 4 weeks. Kershaw had the phones last week when I had my surgery. And I know that, I forget who was on, but we had a floor duty call then and we had 2 the weeks prior. So it's good stuff. Any questions on the coming soon or the changes to MLS? Going once, going twice. All right, let's roll through these facts on this Guess Who and see who this amazing woman is. She's got 3 amazing and talented boys, ages 15, 11, and 9. She served 10 years in the United States Air Force. I love that she put USAF and then had to put it in parentheses just in case we didn't know. She's also, she bought her first investment property at 24 years old. She ran for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Woman of the Year in 2019 and raised almost $800,000. That is super exciting and very noble. And she makes the best fried chicken in the world. So I saw some of you put the correct answer in the chat box. And no, it is not Whitley. Whitley, you must have this like fried chicken thing going. I don't know. Maybe it's the boys that they thought gave it away. So I will ask this agent to unmute herself and reveal herself, and we'll see who wins. She's invisible. Oh boy, we might have a complication.
She was the first one on the call too.
I know. I don't see her anymore though.
Oh, I just figured it out.
There you are.
Okay. Hi. Thanks, guys. Thank you for highlighting me today.
Say your name.
Yeah, so those are the facts. Oh, I'm Lynn Snyder with the Simply Southern group. So,
Very
yeah,
exciting.
and I'm going to make fried chicken for everyone as soon as we get back.
Well, that was a given. You had no chance in not doing that.
Right.
I also think it's pretty cool that Lynn was in the Air Force. I think I'm going out on a limb here, but I think Lynn is the only female veteran in our office. That is very, very
Nice.
cool. Yeah. So thank you guys for everybody who guessed correctly. We need your chicken recipe for sure. Anna Kershaw is right. Carrie Walker wants to know when you're bringing it to the office. The only thing that matters. So now you're going to be known for the fried chicken. That's it. Nothing else.
Nice.
Thank you for playing with us, Lynn. And great work this month. You and Rebecca are killing it. So very nice to see and very exciting. All right, guys, email me if you guessed correctly. I know a lot of you guessed correctly last week and I did not hear from you. So email me if you guessed correctly, and we will, last week was Gail Young, by the way. So if you guessed correctly on that one, let me know so I can apply your C-180 to your AR. If you guessed correctly again this week, send me an email as well so I can apply your free prize to your AR. And that's all I've got for you guys today. I will leave the line open for a little bit in case anybody wants to do some Q&A or struggle share or anything like that. But I appreciate you guys being here. We miss you and we can't wait to be together again. See you guys soon. Bye.
Take care.
Thanks.
Take care,
If anybody wants
everybody.
to stay on for.
Yes.
Thank you.
Laura, I didn't know if you were doing a separate line this week or not. I didn't know if I caught you in time. So if you guys want, you want to wait like about 2 or 3 minutes or whatever and see who's here, and then you can do your prayer.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
TTFN, everybody. Great meeting.
Thanks for being here, Lance. Congratulations on your work.
Thank you. I couldn't do it without the LPR people. Love you guys.
We miss ya.
All right.
Hey, Maggie.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
How are ya?
Well, good now that I have
I
internet.
know, that's great. So you have real
I'm getting AT&T. Well, I'm getting AT&T on Monday, but you know, if I get a bad storm, my satellite goes out. So
yeah, that's frustrating.
it's still raining out here in Owendell.
It's drizzling here. It was
Yeah.
downpouring the very
Anyways. Hi, Laura.
Hey, how are
Hey,
y'all
Heather.
this morning?
Oh, did y'all have a lot of wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I don't
Yeah.
have an optimum camera set up. I think
All right.
I told.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Cut out.
We lost Laura.
I know.
Duval, if you can hear me, just
I know.
stay.
We lost our leader.
Duval, just stay on the line and we're going to do prayer group from this line because she emailed us yesterday.
Where's the men at? Come on, fellas. Look at that.
Jeff is usually on the prayer thing.
Yeah, and Andrew often, but Andrew probably forgot,
And John Graham.
Yeah.
even though I just
Well,
said it.
That's, and the email
Yeah.
said 10:30, so it might be confusing.
Oh, there's Laura.
That-
There's Laura.
Hi, Gloria.
Gloria.
Hi, Gloria.
Good.
So
Hi,
good to
how's
see
everybody?
you. Gloria.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Hi, Dorothy.
I'm,
Hi, it's good to see you all.
Aw.
you too, Dorothy.
Hey.
I don't have.
Hey,
I'm not dressed
Hi, Mary.
so I can't.
Hey, Dorothy.
Um,
Hi, Mary.
but I'm here. What a great idea! This is wonderful.
I was going to
Can
say
you-
you look perfect with your picture.
I know.
You got your makeup on.
You should see the.
Hi, Marty.
room. Oh my goodness. Oh hey, I couldn't tell if you all could hear me or not, but I'm not going to be on video.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alex, where's Christopher? Oh,
Hi, Dorothy.
Right here.
Good.
Christopher happened to look over right when Maggie put on that Buzz Lightyear slide, and he was like, "Put on your game face." And he's like, "This is my game face." And Christopher was like, "Look, it's Buzz Lightyear." I was like,
I did that. All right, ladies, I'm going to let you roll on this. I will leave it on. I've got to call Gail Young. She's got a time-sensitive issue here with a backup offer. So feel free to carry on. I'm going to
Thank you, Maggie.
Bye, Maggie.
Great.
Have a good day.
Hey, see you girls.
Have a
Have a good
have a
one.
good day, honey.
Thanks, Maggie.
All right. Did Laura get back? Did our fearless? Oh, there she is.
Unmute.
Unmute yourself, Laura.
There, how's that?
Yay! There
Good.
she is.
All right. Good. Well,
Meanwhile, should we text Maggie to stop recording, or
Oh, good
because then
idea.
this will all be on?
I didn't think about that. Let's see. Can we adjust that, or does she have to do it?
I think it has to be the leader of the thing.
I think she has to.
Yeah. Would
I'll
you?
text
me to
her real
text her?
quick.
Yeah. Thanks.
You
So,
got it, Alex?
so I'm glad because we have new folks here today. So I'm so excited to see everybody, and what a great tool this is. You know, as horrible as coronavirus has been, there've been some blessings, which that being able to be connected by technology is one of them. So I'm grateful for that. And so for those of you who are new, usually what we do is I share a little scripture, and then we go around and take prayer requests. And I know it's up to you if you want to turn your camera on or your mic on